Your battery needs to be charged to 100. You were probably at 80.
Correct.
And then
it's Kona, you need to be at 110 to actually perform well.
So even if you start well, that battery's going to drain and you're going to get to zero faster than you normally would, right?
Yeah, and then it's actually, the swim was all right. I could have really done the better, but I didn't push too hard because I knew But my power on the bike was really it was a long day on the bike for me because this is already my weakness. Compared to the older sport, this way I suck the most.
Because I remember you were telling me that you train mostly indoors.
Correct.
And then suddenly you're on the outdoors of Kona and you're hills and...
Yeah, I mean the hills. Where do you go here?
Ton?
Yeah, I mean, we did that. We've done a couple of trainings with the Elevate team as well. They've organized a training camp before Langkawi, and I joined them, and I did my own stuff, so I could do and stuff like that. But I think really, the power of my bike, I was 30 watts lower than what I know I could normally push.
Oh, okay, so that was the...
So at the start of the bike, I knew I didn't. I'm like, oh my God, no. And you're like, oh man, it's gonna be a long day, And I think we started also later. My age group started in one of the last, not the last, but one of the last.
Okay.
And I think the wind started to pick up.
Yeah.
And man, I was not prepared
That's right.
for that.
The squeals are banned in Kona, right? Because the winds will
Absolutely
push the bikes around, right?
So I mean, it's that climb at kilometer 50 or something, around that, which is very, very long. But I was expecting the wind to come from the sea, but it's not. It was coming from the mountain. And mate, I'm pretty good on my bike handling, even though I train indoors. I have no issue with that. But the wind burst and stuff is what really threw me off.
Like gusty.
Oh, horrible. And I was at 14k an hour climbing up, and I was really like, oh my God. And then coming down also, coming down, we were pushing 60k or 60k or 65k an hour. But we have I was not on my bars. I was like this.
Pachoy, when he came in to talk about Kona, he said the same thing. People were passing him on their bars going down the hill, and he just couldn't do it because it was too sketchy.
Yeah, too sketchy. And then honestly, you need to get, it's the type of wind that we don't get. We don't get gusty winds here, really, to be honest. It's the same as Busselton. Busselton is also a race with a lot of gusty winds. I hated it when I did it because it was the same. I felt unsafe on my bike because we're not used to it. It's quite so. And then, finishing the bike at 540 was really not great. Not really happy with that. But
what would be a good bike for you? Because 540 sounds like it's pretty good.